Okay, next item. No idea what this is. So I've got a whole bunch of stuff here, which is horrendous. If you like mailbag videos, remember to subscribe and give us a thumbs up and you know, a like on the video and what have you. In order to help publicise it a bit more and give it some more visitors and more people can enjoy it too. If you don't like them, then give it a thumbs up anyway, because somebody else might like them. Right, people do like these videos. Let's see. Now this is a mini Variac. So the idea here is you mains powered, right? It's a mini Variac. It's supposed to be 4,000 watts. I don't think so. Probably 40 watts is probably more likely. Right, so I'm going to review this item here. Now this came from Banggood, free of charge, so I didn't actually have to pay anything for this, for the purpose of a review. So it's one of the items I got recently. I got a bunch of cheaper items from them, and this is supposed to be a 4,000 watt. Instantly, I doubt that claim somewhat, seeing as within his unplugged, the most it can be is 2,400 watts as per the outlet wattage. So no, and the fact that it's so lightweight and it runs through a transistor, which I'll open this up and show you shortly. I mean, there's no way I can do 4,000 watts. I actually want to find out what that transistor is that's in there, or triac, whatever it is, and figure out what it's actually rated for, so I can actually give you a true rating for this device. 400 watts maybe, 40 watts more likely, but we'll see. I'll put it apart and have a look. Now, one thing I did identify when I first had a look at this in my mailbag video, there was no earthing on the case. So if I get my multimeter here, which is already turned on, and I check between the case and that earth pin, I've got about 20 mega ohms. Yeah, there's no earth on the case. Right, so seeing as this has actually got live components inside there, that's quite a bad thing. So a little bit dodgy. So I'm going to plug this in, then I'm going to check for the case being live, because that seems like a good idea. Alright, before I touch the case. So let's get this plugged in. It's the first time I powered up. I haven't been powered up yet. It's the first time ever. Okay, so that should now be live. Let's stick this on an earth point and AC volts. Stick an earth point over there so I can measure. And yeah, I'm getting about 3.1 volts AC, so nothing to worry about there. But it's still a bit concerning based on what I saw inside it. So actually, I'll just try this with the turning the voltage up on here. No, still only about 3 volts, so yeah, it doesn't really affect it. Right, so now I'm going to stick some probes in here, which is not the best thing, but it's a little bit dodgy to say the least. But let's just see what we do. Stick those in there, like so. Auto voltage, so I can see what's going on. 225 volts right there. Very interesting. So right now, no matter where I'm putting this dial, I'm getting the same voltage right round. It isn't changing. So the purpose of this is supposed to be changing the voltage, right? Well, it's not. It's doing 225 there, 227 there. That isn't actually changing voltage. So yes, it doesn't work by changing voltage, and obviously it's also changing current, not voltage. So let's see if I can put something on this which won't overload it, and I can test with. Let's have a look. Soldering on. Yeah, it's not the best bloody sockets on here either. See, a New Zealand plug doesn't go in. A UK plug will go in. A US plug will go in. New Zealand plug, no. So that's basically no good to me, I'm afraid. So I'll probably have to change a socket or something like that. So I'm going to open this up. I'll pause this. I'll open it up. And I'll come back once I've got it open, and we'll have a look inside. Okay, so I've got it opened up, and this is basically what I did, I think, in the mailbag video. So there's a socket there. The neutral goes straight through to the socket. Straight through. The earth goes straight to the socket. No connection to the case. And the phase goes through to this board here, and then through to the socket. Okay, so I'm going to take this board out, and we'll have a closer look at that and see what's going on. It's hanging off the potentiometer. It hasn't got any mechanical mounting. It's hanging off the pot. So that's probably not the best thing either. Let's pop this off, and I'm just going to use my handy pliers because I can't bother getting my big ones from across the room. Now there is a capacitor in here, so it could be charged up, so I have to be a little bit careful of that. Big cap there, probably alright, but let's just check it, just to be sure there's nothing there. Don't want to zap myself by touching something. No, that's fine. Okay, so the part which is in here, which is doing all the work, is a what? BTA 41600B. Try and get the camera. Okay. So I will look this part up and see what it actually is and what it's supposed to be doing. But as you can see, it's very little to the circuit. Okay, so I found the data sheet for the part, and apparently it's rated at 40 amps max. Right, so that's kind of surprising. The tab is apparently insulated at 2,500 volts from the other pins, so the heatsink is completely isolated, which is another concern I had, is if maybe it's live, it could touch the casing, but that's not the case. So in most cases I think it's probably alright, really. The only other real concern is that there's the phase coming in here, or going out there, it comes in here and goes out here. Look how close these tracks are to the edge of the board. Right, that's the edge of the board, and when it's in the case, I'll do it side on kind of so you can see, hopefully, and get it in. No, I'll just do it this way around, shall I? Okay, I'll do it that way around so you can see. Look how close that is to the case. Right, that's not much of a gap. You know, it's really close to the edge, especially this one here. So that's a bit concerning. Also, I don't know what the quality of this pot is like. It's a 2-watt pot apparently, I can just see that. 500k. Can't see any voltage ratings. Nothing obvious anyway, so I don't know, but I'm kind of skeptical about how safe this is, I have to say. You know, in fact, there's no earthing to the body. At the very least, metal body has to be earthed. You know, there's no double insulation going on in here. You know, if this part were to fail and blow up and short out to that tab, to liven the heatsink, and the heatsink's touching the side, this becomes live and you're dead. Right, so yeah, not good. So my belief there is pretty, much that this isn't a safe thing to have. So if you think about getting one of these, my advice is don't. Sorry Banggood, but this isn't a very good product. Yeah, just not safe. You know, no earthing. Ratings definitely not 4,000 volt. You know, it's rated at 40 amps, but there's no way you can run 40 amps through this bloody thing. No way. All right. These are standard 10 amp cables. There's nothing there. You know, you're not going to run 40 amps through that. So yeah, the 4,000 watts. Like, no, that ain't going to happen. But with some modifications, this would probably be okay. You know, if I if I earth the casing and try and see if I can do something with the socket to make it work on New Zealand plugs, then maybe it'll be alright. But or maybe I'll just completely rebuild it and put it into a new case. But yeah, it's just a triac, you know. That's all it is a triac. So yeah, I'm not even convinced it works properly, but yeah, there you go, I suppose. So I'm not going to bother putting it back together right now. It needs some work done. So yeah, so it's from Banggood. If you want to get one of these because you're curious about it, you know, sure, go ahead, but bear in mind that there's not earth, you know, and it's got some safety issues. So I would say, you know, unless you're actually planning on fixing those issues, don't get it. But it's a shame because I was actually looking for a little mini Variac I can use to wind up, but it's a test gear when I'm doing, you know, repairs. I want to start off nice and gently and just gradually bring it up, you know. This won't do that for me. I might actually have to buy a proper one, but they're quite expensive. Anyway, thanks anyway, Banggood, but this product's not very good. SMD tweezers. Okay, I believe these are from Banggood actually. So again, I'll put the links down below. Again, they're tracked. All links are tracked now for Banggood, and it helps me to get points and stuff on this site, so I can, you know, get more things basically. So let's have a look at the specs and stuff on this thing. Yeah, well, you can read that yourself. I'm not going to read it out to you. I'll get a bit closer so you can maybe see it all a bit better. Right, you can just pause it where you need to and have a look. Okay, just to speed the process up a little bit. And the rear. I never read these things anyway, so you know it doesn't matter to me. Unless I can't figure something out, then I'll read the manual. Okay, hopefully that's enough for you to see. Now I'll have a look at the specs here. It's supposed to be 1%, 1 ohm, 0.1 ohm resolution, sorry. 1 pF capacitance, diode test 3 volts. Less than 50 ohms, got a continuously checker buzzer. Zener diode, 20 volt 20 volt test for the diodes, okay. What's this? Yeah, specs, yeah, whatever. It's not going to be like super high quality. It's just, you know, it's not like a high-end bench type, you know, tester. It's a handheld unit which is meant for convenience. So you've got a spare probe. I thought it was supposed to be 2. Yes, there is another spare probe here. So obviously, if your tips wear out or bend or something, you've got spare ones there, which is quite nice. It's not something you normally get. I'll stick them back in. So it comes with these little leads. They're actually silicon, I think. Ooh. Oh, I don't know. Actually, no, they might not be. I think they're very highly plasticized PVC. PVC. Right, most cables are PVC, but these feel like they've got a fair amount of plasticizer in them. They're very rubbery, so they may be okay. They're very thin, but it's okay. It's not meant for doing high current swing, is it? Yeah, plug in. Ah, I know where they plug in. They plug in there. How's that for an interesting design? See, if I need to use like this, you've got 4mm sockets on there. That's clever. Very clever. Does it have a battery? No. I suppose I should chuck a battery in it and show you, shouldn't I? Let's have a look. This may actually be a review item. If it is a review item, I think it's actually supposed to be. I should get this out too. Alright, so here we go. Banggood items, right, there we go. So, let's say, always follow the links. Let's get a set of batteries out. I think it takes AAA's. Looks like AAA's. Come on, get out the packet. Now because it's summer and it's rather hot, I'm actually doing this topless. I wouldn't get too excited. So if you see my belly get in the way, you know, just look away. That's not lining up in there very well. Just got to shift it over slightly. Let's just get these tweezers in there. Come on, get in there. This battery comes a little bit tight. But anyway, I suppose once you're in there you don't really care, do you? So, oh, I turned it on already somehow. What is on? Oh, it's always on. Auto power off. Oh, maybe it's always on. Okay. So, what functions we got on here? RDC. Does that mean resistance diode check capacitance? Does it? There's resistance. That's probes work at least. Function capacitance. Okay. Do I have any capacitors to check? I'm just looking for one. I have this, but it's probably not the best. It's not like we've got gold-plated probes, but I doubt they're gold-plated somehow. Yeah. 53 PF or something. Yeah, sure. Might be 5.3 actually. But yeah, I'm not capacitors laying around test it, but that looks okay. And volts. Diode check, sorry. Diode check. Diode check. Let's grab a diode. Hold on. So that took a bit longer than I thought. I couldn't see them for some reason. I'm in a bit diode blind. Right, so it's just got an LED on here. Nothing that way around. I've probably got the probes on backwards. And nothing that way around either, apparently. Let's get a different one. I don't know, this is wasting your time quite badly. I'll probably have to cut this out. Hopefully I'll remember to cut this out. If I don't, sorry. Right, let's check this on here. Let's have a look. Normal diode. Nothing that way. And 0.61. Yeah, that works alright. I've obviously got the probes back to front. Yeah, I've got the probes back to front. That might confuse things. So there's no actual markings on there saying which probe is which. Maybe I need to do, yeah, should be right, that one. So that should be diode Z LED diode test there. Maybe that's why I needed to. That's what I needed to do. DC volts. Is it? As in as. Try to follow this around. DC volts again. Function. It's got relative mode as well, which is handy. So that's like a battery tester, apparently. I might have to read the manual. Hold on. Let's get the manual. This is let's read the manual. What do I want to find out? Diode check. Set function check to the RDC. Yeah, that all works right. So I want to check. Continuously check. I should check that too, shouldn't I? Hold on. Let's find that mode. Here we go. The buzz is very quiet. Let's move it a bit closer to the camera. It's very quiet, but it is very fast. That is very fast. I'll try and demonstrate at the same time you can hear it. It's very fast. That's good. That's always handy. Obviously, it's got the tweezer function there, so you can test, in circuit. So let's do that, shall we? Let's get a board I've got sitting around and see if we can test in circuit something. Let's see what's in here. I don't drop it. Yeah, you have to. Maybe it's a bit wide for that. Let's just do resistance, and let's measure. Oh, I think I've taken those off. Maybe I'll strip those off. Oh dear, this isn't going well. There we go, here's the resistor. Now these are actually not lined up very well. I have to say, look, if you look at these tips, see how they're misaligned? It looks like it's slightly bent. I can probably just bend it back. Maybe it's because I dropped it, I don't know, but now it's misaligned the other way. These are very flimsy, this piece here. That's probably the drawback of it actually. $10K, there we go. So, it reads correctly at least. Let's do capacitance. I've got some capacitors on here. Don't know what value were. 0.1 UF, there we go. Yeah, no. That's very different. I'm not quite sure why that is. I've also got small resistors. Hold on. Over here. Wow. Yeah, okay. I mean, it works. I was probably had it out of the bloody camera shot then too when I was doing those measurements, didn't I? You didn't pay more attention to that, sorry about that. So back to the 10K one again. Get it on there. What was on there? I'm on the wrong mode. No, I'm on sounder. That's resistance. These parts are not very easy to get the probe onto. Come on, I was like, just get it, it falls off. Right, there you go. Right, so yeah, I mean it works. It's probably, one-handed stuff. But this is very flimsy. I don't like that. That feels. I mean, you need it to be flexible, but it seems like it twists a bit too much for me. It's like if you look at this way, see that? That's a bit I'm not liking. So okay, what else we got? We got low battery. Right. Check. Zener or diode check? Yeah, I had to switch on place for diode check. Let's just let's get another diode. Hold on. Of course, they've got the 7-segment spine here, but I'd rather just use a single diode. It's as simple as to look at. So yeah, that is lining up. Yeah. Let's just see what's on the display. Is there anything on there? .8 volts. There you go. It's got its forward voltage on there. So yeah, okay, that's all right. What the last position does. So it's supposed to do Zeners as well. Let me go and get a Zener. Just do that. So it said up to 20 volts, right? This is an 18 volt Zener. Hey, look at that. It's actually right, 18 volts. That's pretty awesome. Actually, it's 25 volts on there. Could do 25 volts. Ooh, hold on. I'm sure the manual said it was 20 volts. Anyway, let's chuck another Zener across here. It's a 24 volt Zener. So 23.5. Well, This probably is better actually, but it's just going to be alright. So yeah, that's really handy. That works well. Probably not got the best connection on there. So yeah, so cool. That in itself will be handy. You know, if you need to test it out in a diode and circuit, you just stick this across it and done. That'd be awesome actually. That's a nice feature. I like that. That's probably going to be one of the most useful things. And battery test, I'm guessing that'd be right for doing. Probably use that for gel cells, not gel cells, button cells. Auto power off thing's a bit of a pain. I'm just wondering if I have anything else I can do to shut it off, or no? No. I wonder what the auto power off's for. Anyway, so max input 36 volts DC or AC. Right, so this is only for low circuit voltages. Right, pay attention to that. So it's only for really small, low voltage work. So, nah, that's alright. I think that was a good purchase. So yeah, like I said, I believe I got this from Banggood. So in fact, I didn't actually purchase it. It was, if it is from Banggood, I think it was. Then it was given to me for free from Banggood. Right, there's no charge. This is for the purpose of review, for me to have a look at it and try it out and link back to the site and so on. So I get to keep the goods, and in exchange they hopefully get some more sales from it, which is you know, win-win, which is great. You know, I get something for free and they get some sales, and so yeah, make sure you go and have a look. Make sure you do. That's not bad. I mean, so this is a bit flimsy. There may be, that's the only downside I think. Maybe this is too long. If this was shorter, you know, if it's shortened, you could probably do that actually. You could probably cut it down and shorten it, take some of this, cut this insulation here back, and I'm assuming these rods go right through. Can't quite see in there to see if they do. I expect they do go right through. Yeah, if you shorten those down, then there'd be a lot less flex in it, and that'd be a lot better. So that may be a modification that's worth considering. But yeah, I mean, it seems to work okay. But just make note of that low voltage range, you know, operating range, and that's clever. But tiny little dinky pro. So this would be a nice little thing to have, you know, keep in your car maybe. I don't know, but probably not. But sure, yeah, it's good if you're working a little circuitry, you know, service mount. That's what it's intended for. So thanks Banggood for sending me that. Much appreciated. So I should probably point out in this case here, it's actually got a position here for batteries. Right there, which is pretty interesting. So if you don't need the batteries in it, you can take them out and leave them there. Maybe they'll worry about pushing the buttons maybe. No, it's got a little detail there in the case so it holds away from the buttons so the buttons don't get pressed. That's alright. That's quite nice. Now these are from Banggood. Here we go. Courtesy of Banggood, at no charge to me, no cost. Provided free of charge. So this is for purpose of review. So let's have a look and see if I can get into here. Have a look at them. I have to think about what I'll do to actually test these out, because I'm not exactly prepared offhand. So, box there, little manual thing. So it's supposed to be, as you can see here, 2x3 watts, 5 volt, 1 amp supply. These actually run off a USB connection. Right, so these are great for a laptop. So you can plug them into a laptop, plug the audio in, and in theory have decent sound. We'll see. Based on these, it's probably, what are these going to be? Obviously frequency response 100 Hz to 200 kHz. We'll see. They're pretty small speakers, mate. 100 Hz is probably pushing it. It's probably closer to B120 more likely. 65 dB. I'm guessing that's signal to noise, is it? Was that signal to noise? That could be signal to noise. I don't know what that one would be. Probably being Chinese. I can't be Chinese. But anyway, let's have a look. So they look nice enough. With speakers, a little note: if you ever, well, for a start, never push the centre cone on a speaker. They collapse easily. Kids do it all the time. Oh, push it, it's like a button. No. But if they do get pushed in, a little trick to get them back out again: a vacuum cleaner. Get a vacuum cleaner hose, stick it on there, and we'll suck it back out. Great trick, especially on like bigger speakers like subwoofers, things like that, because they're quite big cones. You can just run around them like that, and all it is pull it out. Right, hopefully that helps someone. Now these are fake wood effect, which is fine. They're plastic, right? It's ABS. Sounds like ABS, I think. Hold on. Maybe. Might be PVC. Yeah, they just do that by having a brown plastic, and then they mix in small quantities of darker plastic, and when it runs through the machine, when it's injection molded, it partially mixes and causes a streaking. You can get some really nice marble effects, things like that, when you do that. Usually they're slightly dissimilar plastics, or got different melt temperatures, so the streakiness passes right through the machine rather than melting and just changing the entire colour. In case anyone's interested. So you've got these are bass reflex speakers, because they've got ports on the back. What's the sound here? At First Sight. I guess it's the brand. And what's the sound on the back there? Yeah, just 5 volt 1 amp. That's what it says. So I need to plug these into something and try them out. Unfortunately, I probably can't show this, so I have to give you my opinion. It's got a volume control here. And it's ventilated for some reason. That's interesting. Maybe it's based on resistors or something like that. It's to charge. Maybe it's got resistors in there, which have to dissipate a bit of heat. Maybe I don't know. Or there's something in there too. I don't know. But I'm going to plug this in and try it out, and we'll see. Actually, what I'll do first, what I can do, is I can plug it into. Actually, I'll go and plug in my computer, because my computer is right over there, and I've got a USB port and a headphone jack on it, and I can plug in a 5 volt USB tester thing, which tells me the current draw and stuff like that. I'll go and do that, then I'll come back and tell you what I've got. Okay, so here I am at my desk, and I've got the speaker set up to my computer. Now, I'm currently holding the lavalier mic, which is here, and I'm going to keep it a bit of a distance away, because otherwise you get phase noise issues with speakers. And I used to be a bit of an audiophile years ago. I used to do car audio, and which is where my nickname came from, Defpom. And I was into high quality car audio, not just volume, but it's actually about having high quality sound. So I'm a bit fussy about that. Anyway, so I'm going to just play some music on this. I'm actually going to play some of my own music. That way I won't get any copyright hits. Okay, won't be any copyright strikes. This is music that I've made myself. Okay, and I give myself permission to play it on my YouTube channel. Right? Can't argue with that. So let's play this one. Right, you get the idea. Now if I unplug the headphone jack and play it on my normal speakers, you might hear a bit of a difference. But that's not surprising, seeing as that's like $1,500 with the speaker system. Right, so it's not the same as what's on here. So let's plug that back in it. Play this bit again. I mean, they're okay. Obviously, the bass response is it's just not there, but then you kind of expect that, They're little speakers. They're meant for convenience. They are bloody loud, right? For what they are, they've got a lot of volume on them. So I'll change tracks just to take a bit of boredom out of it. Maybe I'll do. Which one should I do? Okay, so I'm going to just turn this up, and the level here is about 6 inches from my mouth, so I'm talking slightly raised volume, and I'll play the speakers and we'll see what happens. I don't know how the volume's going to come out, but it could be pretty loud. Right, so they've got heaps of grunt on them, absolutely fine. Yeah, and if you're interested in my music, by any chance, it's on iTunes. Just look for Defpom, the Defpom, and you'll find it. It's on there. I've got 2 albums on there, in case anyone's interested in that. Right, that's going to do that part. So these work quite nicely. Current draw was not that bad. It was only about, I saw it peak about 300 milliamps, but it's a very slow response on the tester there. So it doesn't actually give me a true representation. But if I were to do this properly, I'd hook it up to my bench power supply and monitor the current through that and do the logging and work it out on the average and stuff like that. But I'm not going to do that now. It's just not worth it. It doesn't matter that much. Okay, but these work quite nicely. I mean, obviously bass response is a bit weak, but you expect that, you know. These certainly sound a hell of a lot better than the built-in laptop speakers, which these are going to be replacing. So, you know, as far as I'm concerned, that's good. So, thanks again, Banggood. Great for sending me these. Again, as I say, these are at no cost to me. So, you know, disclaimer. Okay. So, don't forget to follow the links down the bottom. And if you're interested in buying stuff, definitely click those links and go to the site that way. Because I get I get credit on my own account for doing that. It doesn't cost you any extra, but it saves me money in the long run because I get credit on my own account, and which allows me to buy things cheaper or for free, and gives me more opportunities to buy things to do reviews on. So follow the links and subscribe and give me a thumbs up and that sort of stuff too. So catch you later.